Hi, welcome to Pandesal with Wilson Lee Flores. This is our new podcast, not only here in Spotify, also in YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and other social media. Just follow Wilson Lee Flores. All kinds of topics you want to talk about. We will try to accommodate every topic you wish to talk about, all the questions, anything. Please like and follow this social media platform, this YouTube channel and Spotify, and please share to others. Hi, welcome here at Kamuning Bakery Café. This is another edition of Pandesal with Wilson Lee Flores. Any questions you would like to ask, please ask me. Any questions under the sun.
What is your reaction to the massive 3 days rallies from November 16, 17, and 18 led by Iglesia ni Cristo at Lunita Rizal Park in Manila?
My reaction to the November 16, 17, and 18, 2025, 3 days massive rallies, protest rallies of the Iglesia ni Cristo in Rizal Park, Quirino Grandstand is first, I'm amazed at their unity and their strong organizational capabilities. Of course, the INC people are very organized, united, and peaceful in protesting against government corruption, political corruption. I am impressed by their civic consciousness, meaning these are people and religious leaders who are concerned about the situation, the problems of the Philippines. They are not just sitting idly by watching as the country gets flooded by excessive corruption, as the Philippine peso declines and sinks. They are not insensitive to what's happening. So I admire the INC people for helping the people express our frustration and anger. It's not only INC people in the Philippines who are fed up, very angry. I believe everyone in the Philippines, almost everyone, we are all very frustrated and very angry at the shameless, excessive scale of corruption, plus the impunity, the lack of shame, the lack of remorse. They keep covering up and denying. Many of our politicians, unfortunately, are liars. So I want to salute the Iglesia ni Cristo, INC. I am not a member, but they are helping the Philippines fight corruption with their rallies and their protests.
Hi sir, good afternoon. I have my question. Hi sir, this is my follow-up question. There are still big rallies on November 30 Sunday, one at Luneta Rizal Park in Manila by student activists, labor union, and various political groups, and other rally on the same day at EDSA People Power Monument in QC, led by the Catholic Church and other churches and various activists and political groups.
My reaction to the November 30 rallies are the same as my reaction to the Iglesia ni Cristo 3-day rallies. The November 30, 2025 Sunday rallies, one in Rizal Park by the progressive groups, by student activists, labor unions, then another rally on the same day at the EDSA People Power Monument Shrine in EDSA, Quezon City. I admire all of them. I salute them for their courage and their idealism, for helping the people of the Philippines, for helping all of us taxpayers and everybody else to express our outrage, our indignation and frustration with seeming inertia. There seems to be inertia in Philippine politics. There is no decisive action when it comes to anti-corruption. So we are all frustrated. And we are very happy that there are going to be rallies to protest corruption. We should encourage all people in the Philippines to protest corruption. This is good news for the future of the Philippines because for many years, for generations, it is very disturbing that we have accepted corruption as normal. We have accepted corruption as part of our way of life, as part of the culture of Philippine politics. Can you imagine the children of politicians, the politicians themselves, bragging about their extravagant spending. I saw videos of people, the children of politicians, spending dinners like 300,000 pesos one night. A father of a politician, 170,000 peso dinner with friends, just one dinner. A congressman, a young congressman spending 6.5 million pesos drinking wine and liquor for 2 nights in Las Vegas. Can you imagine? Because there has been a culture of impunity. People have become shameless. They have no shame about ill-gotten wealth. Many contractors, check who are the contractors with mansions, with extravagant money spending, politicians, government officials. We all know how much government officials and politicians earn legally, officially. There is something wrong. So these protests, whether the Iglesia ni Cristo protest, whether it's the November 30 protest, all of these are part of Philippine democracy. It shows that Philippine democracy is not dead, that Philippine democracy is not yet hopeless.
Hello po, sir. Former Congressman Zaldy Co claims that he didn't get any money from the alleged corrupt flood control projects. Do you believe this?
Very interesting question. I want to take all of your questions, but this is interesting. I believe former Congressman Zaldy Co is not completely telling the truth in this case. Maybe he is correct in accusing other people as part of the corruption because many people truly believe that former Congressman Zaldy Co is only a hatchet man. That means he is only being ordered by some big powers to do all these things. But I do not believe when he said and claimed that he received no money in the corruption scandal. Many people told me, many business people, many lawyers, many students tell me in their messages and conversations, they are all part of the corruption. They are all part of the flood control mess in the Philippines. They all have their shares of the corruption money. And I do not believe Zaldy Co has zero money from flood control. Impossible. In fact, I cannot forget a very young businessman telling me, ang sabi niya, this is a quarrel among thieves. This is the different thieves, the different corrupt officials quarreling with each other because the hatian daw ng nakaw, something questionable. Because they are all liars. They are all lying to the people, to the government. So these government politicians and leaders are lying to each other and stealing also from each other. It's a quarrel among thieves now. So sorry to former Congressman Zaldy Co. I do not believe you have not received a single centavo. I believe you have received many money also from this corruption mess. I believe you are all involved and you are all sharing and now quarreling among yourselves.
How about the many luggages with cash, sir? What is your reaction about this?
Very fascinating, the pictures and the stories. This first came out shockingly when the guy, Mr. Gotesa, who is now missing mysteriously, maybe somebody in power very angry at him. It was first mentioned by Gotesa, now mentioned by former Congressman Zaldy Co. I think plausible because these politicians want to move around money without paper trail. They don't want records. They don't want deposit and withdrawal slip. They don't want to write checks to be in cash. So all the transactions are in cash. And there's so much cash, billions and billions of pesos being stolen from Philippine government budget and taxes. So using suitcases to me is very plausible, logical, and shocking because of the greed, because of the scale of the corruption, shocking. I congratulate all the sellers of luggages. You will have a lot of luggages to sell. Free advertising for all the luggages and luggage shops. That is the best way to carry around and steal money and transfer money without leaving a paper trail.
Do you think it is possible that the claim of the president and his officials that he does not know about the corruption happening in the past 3 years?
To me, the people of the president and president himself naturally are claiming that the president has zero knowledge. To me, there are two problems. Number one, many billions of pesos being stolen. In fact, President Bongbong Marcos' ally, Senator Ping Lacson, said 1 trillion pesos in budget for flood control being wasted in the past 3 years. It is inconceivable, almost impossible, or hard to imagine the big boss of the government, the president of the Philippines, does not know anything. To me, it's very unthinkable and hard to imagine and illogical that you are the boss of the entire government. You are the one approving the entire national budget. You are the one signing the budget and you don't know anything. There is a problem there, if that's true, number one. Number two, if true that the president does not know anything, has no idea for 3 years about all this massive stealing, corruption, plunder, pandarambog, corruption, that means there's a problem also in competence. That means as a leader, you are not hands-on. Does it mean that the president does not know anything? Or does that mean the president is not working hard enough? Or does that mean the president doesn't go through the things that he signs? Those are questions I am very disturbed with. I own a small business, actually a few small businesses, not very big business. Every single money matter or transaction passes through me. I have to sign every single expense, money deposit, money withdrawing, spending of electric bill, water bill, buying gasoline, anything. Impossible. You're the boss. You don't know anything. To me, if it is true, you don't know anything, what kind of a boss are you? Are you working or sleeping? So I have many questions also. Thank you for asking those disturbing questions.
Hi, sir. I have a question po.
Yes.
What do you think is the impact of this worsening and unresolved political corruption scandal on the Philippine economy, the Philippine peso, tourism, and foreign investments?
Thank you for your very important question. That is the number one question, not only of all people in the Philippines, but also many foreign investors, people all over the world, media, international media. They're asking what is happening in the Philippines today. November 2025, several months already since the flood control corruption scandal exploded all over the news headlines. Until now, it is still a mystery. It is still supposedly under investigation. There is the ICI. There are so many rumors, so many accusations, and many media reports from the Philippines and abroad. It is very discouraging for business people, for professionals, especially for all of us ordinary taxpayers, because as the days and weeks and months pass, there is, number one, there is no one still arrested. There is still no cases filed against anyone. And many people are complaining and they already know the script. For generations, politicians keep making charades of investigations, but at the end of the day, they usually have lower ranking criminals, lower ranking engineers in the DPWH, some contractors who are idiots and crazy and extravagant, several congressmen. They usually end up being the fall guys. They already know the script. We already know nobody will be caught eventually, no masterminds. And all of these have a very big negative effect on the Philippine economy, on the value of the Philippine peso weakening. The stock market of the Philippines has been described by Bloomberg News of New York recently, I think last week lang. Bloomberg described the Philippine stock market as the worst performing stock market in the whole world. When everybody is going up, we are still down and going down. This is also bad for Philippine tourism. To start with, we are lagging behind our ASEAN and Asian neighbors. Now with all this negative news about massive corruption, shameless corruption, politicians lying to each other, accusing each other. Also, there are many protest rallies because people are frustrated, cannot express our anger, cannot change the way government is being run. So people are protesting rallies. All these give Philippines, our society, a big black eye. Very big bad news for Philippine international image as a tourism area, as foreign investment destination, as a place for business and leisure. We have to change what's happening in the Philippines.
Sir, follow-up question po.
Yes.
What do you think should government do now to help save the Philippine economy, the declining Philippine peso, and the suffering tourism industry and foreign investment?
Thank you. I read in the news and I saw in the newspaper, on TV, various leaders of the Philippine society like Philippine Chamber of Commerce, the chairman George Barcelon, Mr. Sergio Ortiz Luis Jr. of Employers Confederation of the Philippines, even Cardinal Ambo David, president of the Catholic Bishops Conference of the Philippines or CBCP, many different people, even leaders of Iglesia ni Cristo, Muslim group, Protestant, many people are demanding accountability, meaning people should be arrested. There should immediately be cases filed against all the criminals, the contractors, the true masterminds behind all this flood control, corruption, scandal, plus many other corruption in government, in Congress, in politics. If there are no people jailed, if there are no court cases against criminals, if there are no big masterminds brought out of this controversy and so-called investigations, unfortunately for us here in the Philippines, I believe the economy will continue to suffer, the Philippine peso will be weak, and it will harm the whole country. What the government can do, sincerely, honestly, independently investigate the corruption. Whoever gets arrested should be arrested. All big masterminds should be named, and the process of investigation should be decisive and quick. There is a perception by many people who are angry and understandably frustrated is that all these politicians are using all these legal gymnastics, all the hiding behind the so-called due process, so-called court system to hide from accountability in this corruption scandal.
Hi, sir. I have a question po. This is about security. And what is your view on the non-stop rumors about possible military coup d'etat to take away allegedly corrupt political leaders, especially with the AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr. and Defense Secretary Gibo Teodoro repeatedly telling media that the Philippine military and police will not join the anti-corruption protests and will not join any military coup d'etat.
Thank you very much for your very thought-provoking question. My reaction is, whenever I read about AFP Chief of Staff General Browner and Defense Secretary Gibo Teodoro talking about possible military coup d'etats, military revolts, discouraging or even warning retired military officers and active soldiers and police from joining protests, from joining any military coup d'etat, I am very disturbed by all these public statements and all these news. In fact, all these rumors are not healthy for the stability of Philippine political stability, for Philippine economic stability. All these are very bad for the Philippine economy. The root causes are, number one, the corruption issue has spiraled into bigger and bigger crisis, still unresolved. There's no political will to really solve it in a credible way that people will believe and accept. Number two, there are many reports we have read about retired military officers complaining about corruption. In fairness to the retired military officers, they are citizens of the Philippines. They all have a right to complain. they all have a right to complain about corruption because they are ordinary citizens now, no longer military officers. I personally am disturbed about military coup reports and rumors. I hope the corruption scandal can be solved decisively, quickly, and credibly through our democratic process, through our civil government, so that it doesn't worsen to the point it will take a military solution or outside the constitution solutions to resolve it. To me, it is very disturbing because once you start a coup d'etat or a military revolt, it might be uncontrollable and even worse problems for the Philippines. So I really hope that our politicians can get their acts together and clean up government and really do reforms. Do not lie to the people, do not cheat to the people, do not steal from the people too much.
Hi, sir. And what is your reaction since former Congressman Zaldy Co has accused President Bongbong Marcos and former Speaker Martin Romualdez as alleged mastermind in the flood control corruption scandal? Do you think ICI is they still truly independent and credible to investigate the corruption scandal since all of them were appointed by the President Bongbong Marcos and were under his office?
Thank you for that important question. Of course, the president's name has been dragged into the flood control scandal now. Former Congressman Zaldy Co accused President Bongbong Marcos and his cousin, former Speaker Martin Romualdez, as being supposedly masterminds of the flood control corruption scandal. The question in the minds of many people, of course, is the ICI still credible and still possible in investigating fully this entire mess? Because, of course, they were all appointed by President Bongbong Marcos and still officially under office of the president. Maybe we in the Philippines, we need to review the powers and the status of the ICI. Are they constitutionally independent? Do they have any police powers or any other powers beyond just investigating body only? So those are serious questions now. In fact, I read social media and online rumors saying that all the members and officers of the ICI will now henceforth resign because I cannot imagine the ICI investigating the president now because they are officially under the president. It's like, how do you investigate the person who appointed you, who administers or oversees or governs you? It's like, imagine if a secretary, if a security guard in a company is assigned by the CEO or owner of the company, oh, you go and investigate the entire company, then suddenly there's accusation the boss of the company is the one stealing. Will a security guard in the company or secretary or accountant dare investigate their boss? That was the story told to me by a very young banker yesterday. It's a big question mark. That is a very big question. Thank you for asking that question.